Thank you very much, Cy, and it is great to be back again in Thought of the Day. For those who may not have been with us yesterday, what I'm doing in the Thought of the Day is remembering my Uncle Jim. My Uncle Jim was my last uncle, and he died of COVID a couple of weeks ago, right after Easter. And I'm using the story of my Uncle Jim to kind of create meaning and significance in terms of the thought of the day by retelling his story with us. I left you yesterday with my long, long night walk, the Thursday before Good Friday. And one of the things that I mentioned to you while I was pondering so many things around my Uncle Jim was a letter written by an atheist of how he was explaining how he would believe if he were a Christian. And one of the thoughts that he said that if he really believed that our life here on earth would affect eternity, he said that he would actually endure a life of suffering in order to be able to reach one soul for God. And that thought of sacrifice really resonated with me. And it was that made me make the commitment to phone the home where my Uncle Jim was living in and ask if there was just a sliver of a hope that I would love to be able to come by and say goodbye to him. And really, I was thinking of the tens of thousands of people who've died of this virus and how they've died separated from the people they loved, and how agonized as you watch in the news and now that we know people, they were just feeling guilt and not being able to be there. The next morning, I woke up a little bit late because of how long I was walking the night before, and I came down to the living room and was about to tell Tricia, my wife, what my mind was thinking last night when I heard her answer the phone in the kitchen. She came in handing me the phone, telling me it was the care home. Uncle Jim was declining quickly, and they asked, get this, if I wanted to, they would let me in for 10 to 15 minutes with him. I said I needed to talk to my wife, and I would phone them back with an answer. I told Tricia about the night before and my desire to see Uncle Jim, and that there were also 4 residents with COVID-19. And this is what she was thinking.
My first thought was, are you crazy? That is putting you and us at a huge risk. But then I thought of Uncle Jim, who for the majority of his life led a lonely existence, and now facing the end would be experience the most darkest and loneliest. Alan had to go. There was no other option. It would give him a chance to tell Uncle Jim how much we loved him and that God would be with him. I knew God would give Alan the exact words to say in the moment with him.
Yeah. And you know what? We were out of the home or out of our home in 15 minutes on the way down. And what we did next, I'll tell you tomorrow morning.